Hello guys and welcome to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we have a look at the ups and the downs of projects and whether or not we should invest into them. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be looking at Avalanche. Now before we completely start, a little disclaimer, so none of this should be considered as financial advice. All of it is for entertainment, inspirational, and educational purposes. So let's dive right into it. So Avalanche, let's have a look at it on CoinMarketCap and see what it says about it. So what is Avalanche? Avalanche is a layer 1 blockchain that functions as a platform for decentralized applications and custom blockchain networks. It is one of Ethereum's rivals. I mean, isn't almost everything? Aiming to unseat Ethereum as the most popular blockchain for smart contracts. It aims to do so by having a higher transaction output of up to 6,500 transactions per second while not compromising scalability. So, it's a little bit of a sort of short and sweet description. Yeah, so that's sort of the overall what Avax is. So I'm going to be referring to it mostly as Avax, even though it's called Avalanche, just for like ease of use. So it looks like, I mean, if you think about that, like 3 to 128, I mean, that's what, like more than 10x? That's not 100x close. It's like 50x, something like that. Anyway, so it has done well since late 2020. And then so it also had another dip where, like it went around sort of $10, and that's fine. But right now, so I don't know if we're on the, so looking at this, it looks like we're on quite a higher end. We could be looking at another dip, or we could be looking at just like a sort of like small dip and then going back up again. So judging by where the market is probably at right now, we're probably looking at going up from here. Yeah. So let me tell you some things which I found out while looking into this. First of all, can't use our usual things. Token sniff and BSC check because Avax is its own blockchain, so we can't do that. However, what they do have is that they do have a avascan.info, which I did actually try to use their contract to try to find out what is in this kind of wallet or whatever, or what is within this contract thing, and I couldn't find it on this website. It says internal error has passed out or something like that. So yeah, a bit frustrating. Cool. So subscribers, let's look into some of the stats. So let's see if there's anything in the past week which can. Cool. So just want my first Avax. What should I check out? Yeah, so let's have a look at the subscribers, the socials. So since April, okay, so not many, but then suddenly we have quite a lot. So about 20,000. So that's quite nifty. It's quite nice. Cool. And then so the actual post per day looks like it has gone down a bit since the all-time high, which was November 21st, which is similar like the previous project as well, which I did a video on. Post per day, yeah, so it looks like it's kind of averaging out in terms of Reddit, so that's fine. So we continue looking at other stats. Avalanche, so we see that they have got 451,000 followers, which is quite impressive. How long ago was that tweeted? So that was done on the 7th of December. I'm a little bit surprised, actually. I mean, for about 400,000, I mean, I kind of expected a bit more community interaction. So in terms of how many people are actually like real people and not bots following them, I'm not sure. I would have expected a bit more in terms of actual community interaction for those who are genuinely interested. So let's actually quickly check over some of the profiles, check if like some of them are iffy or sketchy. Cool, so that looks fine. That's interesting. Both of them look like they speak similar languages. Also, I believe that this is French and the other one was Spanish. And this one is also of another language. Not sure what language this could be. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So do we have anybody who's English speaking, or is it mostly just sort of overseas, some level of Hispanic? Yeah, we've got a few people. So yeah, it doesn't look like these guys are just focused on, yeah, it doesn't look like they are yeah, I wouldn't say that these guys are bots, judging by the look of this, which is pretty good. But I would say, yeah, for 451,000 followers, it's, as I say, I would have expected more interaction, to be honest. Would have expected more. So last 30 days, so about 50,000 followers. It's quite nice, quite good, quite good. See, that would have probably been because of their huge pop off, right? Which would have happened on, so they said November like 21st. So it would have been right about here when, things would have been getting quite hot. You know what I'm saying? So last 30 days, so it would have been, yeah, when we reached around 143, would have been when things would have been getting quite heated. So yeah, I would say it's sort of died down a little bit since then. I haven't seen any fabulously bullish news on this, but it could just be died down, until it heats up a bit more. So we won't completely kind of cut our losses. But yeah, so yeah, it doesn't look like there's any sort of fantastic news which I've seen upcoming yet. So Avax, according to this, so over the last 90 days, as we said, 21st of November, so that's a very common thing. Let's see if there's been any other sort of other higher ones. Yeah, so 21st of November. And in terms of the past 90 days, where are we at today? So about 31. So it's not the best. And as you can see, so message internal server error. So I don't know why it won't let me search that up. So that's a bit, concerning. So let's talk about the red flags. Now, although this project is a big project, right? I mean, we're talking a market cap 24 bill, my guy. I mean, we're talking like rank 10. So chances of this bad boy being, a rug pull is pretty unlikely. But here's one of my concerning things. I tried to look at the tokenomics, and I tried to see what evidences I could find to see maybe how much of the project the actual team has and everything. Could not find anything. I couldn't find anything. I just couldn't find anything, and I was annoyed by that because you know how much tokenomics mean to me. Tokenomics is so important to me because when you find out the tokenomics, you see what the team is getting and what everybody else is getting and who has control and who can go and pull the plug at any time, right? And I can't see it here, and that annoys me. This is their roadmap which we're currently looking at. Something which annoys me, it ends at Q4 of 2021. Now, one thing which they boast on their actual main front page is blazingly fast, low cost, and eco-friendly, right? Avalanche is the fastest smart contract platform in the blockchain industry. I don't think that's completely true, and I'll tell you why. So actually, let's scroll down. So we have a look at transactions per second, 4,500. Now, from what I've heard, and you can fact check this, but what I've heard is that Cardano, ADA, can go up to maybe like up to 1 million, but at the moment they're only doing about something like less than 100 per TPS at the moment. Reason being is because they say that they don't need to increase their resources yet because they don't need to do that right now. And I mean, XRP, right? Like, I mean, from what I've heard, you're looking at, is it 2 million transactions per second or something like that? So when I see upward of 4,500, that isn't that attractive to me. That doesn't say to me, yes, these guys are the fastest smart contract platform. I mean, ADA is a smart contract platform. Don't know if XRP is. But yeah, it just doesn't scream to me, this is absolutely what I need to, jump into, right? Like it, and it's interesting because they don't actually compare Cardano, but look, they compare Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polkadot. Isn't that interesting? I think that's misleading, to be honest. Another thing I do not like, and this also makes me sussed. I tried to see what I could find on the team, right? Couldn't find any pictures of the team. Couldn't find one picture of them. Like, I looked on LinkedIn, couldn't find anything. Like, I could find people claiming to work for Avalanche, but it doesn't tell me who the makers of Avalanche are. It doesn't tell me who they are. So, I mean, here we can, find out find it a part of the ecosystem, right? So people, so brands and projects which have actually utilized or have become some part of the ecosystem, right? So that's cool. I mean, there's a bunch of familiar names in here. Yeah, I mean, straight off the bat, I mean, Aave is a big one. You have like, you have MetaMask. That's another one. Pangolin, Paraswap. I mean, SushiSwap. That's another biggie. Unity. So there are names which are familiar. So this isn't just something where it's like we don't know about it. Why? I mean, we know about these people. We know that these guys exist, right? So that's like a pretty cool thing. But yeah, so no roadmap concerning. No actual evidence of team that I can see. In fact, we'll quickly look on YouTube. Okay, cool. So we found the guy who's apparently the founder of Avalanche, which is fine. So that is a positive that we actually can put a face to it. So that's a-okay. But I still don't like that we can't see the team. I still don't like that we don't know who's behind it. I still don't like that I can't see the extra tokenomics. This is frustrating for me because I want to see these things if I'm going to invest. So let's have a look at some of the other projects which they have done. SushiSwap, that's big. I know SushiSwap. I have heard of it. Yeah, these other ones I don't really know much about. Rival, familiar. But one thing which actually caught my eye, so Unity, yes, that's caught my eye. So gaming, yeah. And GameSwap, I've heard of both of these. So I mean, that's cool. So non-fungible tokens, right? NFTs. So that's all good. That's all Karpai. Karpai is the New Zealand word for good. The Kiwi word. Yeah, Te Reo is the language if you're wondering. But yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't know why you would want to keep on investing into this, to be honest. Like, without sounding super stupid, without sounding like unfriendly and stuff. Like, I haven't seen any great news which makes me say, yes, this is awesome, this is amazing. I mean, a bunch of this stuff looks good, but I want to see, compare it to XRP, compare it to Cardano. Then tell me about the stats. Don't tell me about, don't just give me a oh, Cardano's currently doing 14 TPS, right? Tell me what Cardano can do and tell me what Avalanche can do. I want to see these facts. So this is frustrating to me because I can't see these facts. Yeah. So honestly, not financial advice, but don't invest in this. not to be taken as financial advice, but just stay away until we can see something decent with it. If you do want to invest, you can do Binance and KuCoin and Coinbase and Gate.io. I've got links in my description if you wanted to sign up to one of those. But yeah, I mean, there's stablecoin USDC launching on Avalanche. Ooh, now that could be some big news. Didn't actually see that. Let's have a quick read of this one. So here's an interesting line from this article. The news of Circle launching its stablecoin, USDC on Avalanche. The arrival of USDC to the Ethereum killer. Ethereum killer. Gosh, I mean, from the looks of it, yeah, it does look like it's better than Ethereum. From the brief information which we saw, right? Wherever we were. So where we can see here, right? According to this, this is way better than Ethereum, right? I mean, it is interesting because it does say it's a layer 1, whereas, Ethereum is looking to move over to layer 2. So I want to hear about how does the layer 2 stats of Ethereum compare to Avalanche as well. So honestly, it just kind of feels like hyped up advertising to me, man. I haven't seen Coin Bureau's video on this. I kind of briefly watched it. But yeah, it doesn't attract me very much. The arrival of USDC to the Ethereum Kill smart contract platform is expected to give a push to the network's DeFi ecosystem. Cool. So I don't know any news or any information on that. In fact, if we quickly check their roadmap, wherever that may be, I mean, I don't see anything listed about stablecoin anywhere on here. So yeah, that's interesting, I guess. I feel like this is a thing which maybe wasn't quite planned and it just sort of happened. So yeah, but just because they don't have a roadmap, that doesn't mean that it's potentially a bad project, right? So yeah, my thoughts. So here is my summary of this. Look for better projects, dude. Look for better projects. I mean, the one which I did before this, which I can't even remember the name of the coin. Oh, Crow. I think Crow's a better project than this, dude. And Crow just seems to be basing most of itself on social media hype. Like, so yeah. I mean, it's not a meme coin, but like social media as in, marketing and campaigns and Aston Martins and, UFC and getting into the world of sports and everything. Like, Crypto.com's taken that sort of approach, right? And I think that like, man, honestly, I actually respected Avalanche more before I looked into this, but now, man, I'm just like, I don't think I want to invest in Avalanche anymore, dude. Like, this doesn't scream my money is gonna be great here. So yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. If you do subscribe, please consider turning notifications on. I do have a Patreon. These are currently the descriptions of my Patreon things. These are probably gonna change. I mean, yeah. So please consider joining, because I really do want to make this a full-time thing. So yeah, see you later.